Hello guys, welcome to Laputra YouTube channel. I am Bhavna here. Today we are going to discuss about the topic Doctrine of Marshalling and Contribution and Transfer of Property Act 1882. In this topic, we are going to see about the meaning and its example with landmark cases in it. So let's start the topic. The Doctrine of Marshalling and Contribution and Transfer of Property Act 1882 comes under the section 56, 81 and 82. 56 and 81 deals with the Doctrine of Marshalling and section 82 deals with the Doctrine of Contribution. Let's see what is Doctrine of Marshalling and Doctrine of Contribution. First, let's start about Doctrine of Marshalling. Okay. Simply, marshalling means to adjustment or arrangement in order or to place in an order. Okay. And marshalling means arranging things systematically or regulate things. Okay. It means arranging things systematically. The things arranged in a proper manner or order is marshalling. Okay. As now we know the meaning of marshalling, let's before simply understand it with an example and then say its definition. Okay, that way you could get it. Okay, suppose X mortgaged the property A, B and C to Y to secure a loan amount of 30,000. Okay, X mortgaged the property of A, B and C to secure a loan amount of 30,000 and X mortgaged the property B to Z for securing another loan amount of 10,000. Okay, X mortgages the property B to Z for securing another loan of 10,000. In this, Y is the first mortgager on ABC, means he is the prior mortgager and Z is the subsequent mortgagee. Okay, and Y is the prior mortgagee and Z is the subsequent mortgagee. Remember, subsequent mortgagee. Okay, let's see about section 56 and 81 and with these examples. Okay, the right is given to Z, means Z is a subsequent mortgagee. The right is given to Z entitles him to say that the loan of 30,000 it should be satisfied out of the sale proceedings, means it should be satisfied out of the sale proceedings of properties A and B only, and it is not from C, as X mortgaged the property B to Z. Okay, the right is given to Z to entitle to him to say that the loan of 30,000 it should be satisfied to the subsequent mortgagee. Okay, and in the case of A and B could be sold for less than 30,000. Property may be sold to the complete of the amount. Okay, the property may be sold to complete of the amount, and although Z is the subsequent mortgagee and his claim is not before Y, but Z has the right of marshalling. Okay, here the doctrine of marshalling, the right is given to subsequent mortgagee, means Z has the right of mortgaging. Okay, Z has the right of marshalling. This is the example of doctrine of marshalling. Now let's understand section 56 and 81. As of now, with the example, you get a clarity of what is doctrine of marshalling. Okay, now let's see with its definition and with sections, section 56 and 81. Okay, now let's see section 56. Section 56 says about the marshallings of subsequent purchaser. Okay, as we said before, section 56 says about subsequent purchaser. Okay, in this section 56, marshalling applies on seller and buyer. Okay, remember, marshalling applies on seller and buyer. It only deals with the sale and mortgage. Section 56 incorporates the rule of marshalling by a purchaser. It means it incorporates the rule of marshalling by a purchaser. Section 56, if the owner of two or more properties mortgages them to at least one person and then sells to one or more persons the properties to another person. Okay, if the owner of two or more properties mortgages to at least one person and then sells the properties to at least one or more persons, the buyer is an absence of the contract to the contrary, entitled to mortgage debt satisfied out of the property or properties not to sold to him. Okay, which means the mortgage debt to be satisfied, but remember, not to prejudice the rights of prior mortgagee. Here the rights of Z, okay, as we discussed in the example, Z has the rights where he should not prejudice the rights of Y. Okay, prior mortgagee means Y is the first person who who mortgaged A, B and C properties, right? And here Y is the prior mortgagee. So Z should not prejudice the rights of prior mortgagee. This is section 56. Now let's see section 81. Here it is an important section in the doctrine of marshalling. In section 81, subsequent mortgagee has the right to claim the marshal. Here, subsequent mortgagee, as we discussed, subsequent mortgagee has the right to claim the marshal. The right of marshalling securities is not absolute. Here, the right of securing marshal is not absolute. Section 81 says that if the owner of two or more properties mortgages them to one person and then mortgages to one or more properties to another person. Okay, here there should be property mortgaged to be one person and then the property should be mortgaged to be one or more persons. The subsequent property mortgaged is in the absence of contract to the contrary entitled to have the prior mortgage debt satisfied out of the property and not to mortgage to him. Okay, here the difference between section 56 and section 81 is nothing but here section 56 includes sale and section 81 says about mortgage only. Okay, this is the difference between section 51 and section 81. And in section 81, so far as the same will be extended, the mortgage will be extended, and here also but not to prejudice the rights of prior mortgagee. In section 81 also, rights should not prejudice the prior mortgagee. The rights of prior mortgage should not be prejudiced by a subsequent mortgagee. Okay, this is section 81 and section 56 in doctrine of marshalling. So before, as we discussed in our example, now we get to know about Z, Y and the doctrine of marshalling. Z has a subsequent mortgagee and he has the rights of marshalling. Okay, this is about doctrine of marshalling. The landmark cases in the doctrine of marshalling are Devata Pullaya versus Jaladu Manikyala Rao, and second one is Nova Scotia Saving and Loan versus O'Hara and et al. And in this case, it was held that the doctrine whose object is to achieve fairness will not be applied to prejudice the third party. It will not apply to prejudice the third party. Okay, this is about the doctrine of marshalling, its definition with example and landmark cases. Now let's see the doctrine of contribution. Okay, now let's see the doctrine of contribution. As we all know, contribution means to contribute something, and which means contributing or providing money for the common fund. Okay, which means contributing money for the common fund. Okay, this is the meaning of contribution. Now let's know about doctrine of contribution as Transfer of Property Act 1882. The doctrine of contribution deals under section 82 of Transfer of Property Act. Section 82 in Transfer of Property Act says where a property subject to a mortgage belongs to two or more persons having distinct and separate rights of ownership. Means where a property subject to a mortgage belongs to two or more persons having the distinct and separate rights of ownership. The different shares in or part of such property owned by such person are in the absence of a contract to a contrary. Okay, which means the contract to a contrary liable to contribute rateably to the debt secured by the mortgage, which means liable to contribute the rateably to the debt secured by the mortgage and for the purpose of determining the rate at which each such share or part shall be contributed, which let's see with an example. We will go further. Okay, and the value thereof shall be deemed to be its value at the date of mortgage. The value thereof shall be deemed to be its value at the date of mortgage after deduction or amount of any other mortgage or change to which it may have been subject to that on that date. Okay, which means remember the value should be subject to that on date. Okay, as we see the definition, let's see it rules. There are some rules for doctrine of contribution. If this rule is satisfied, then the rule of contribution will be applied. The rules are: the mortgaged property belongs to two or more persons, which means the mortgage property belongs to two or more persons, and first the property is mortgaged and then again mortgaged with another person, another property. Okay, which means first the property is mortgaged and then it's again mortgaged with another property. These are the basic rules, and let's understand this with an example. X mortgaged the property and secured a deposit of A, B, C and D. A with 10,000, B with 20,000, C with 30,000 and D with 40,000. Okay, now let's say there is a loss and there is a loss of 40,000. Okay, and here A has the right to ask for contribution with B, C and D, or B has a right to ask for contribution with C or D. Here A has a right, as they should has the right to ask for a contribution, and from A, B, C and D the contribution amount can be taken. Okay, this is the doctrine of contribution. Okay, and the division will be according to the deposits. Okay, as A has 10,000 only, he may contribute in that deposit. B has 20,000, he may contribute in that deposit, and C has 30,000, he may contribute in his amount, and D has 40,000, he may deposit from his amount. Okay, this is all about the doctrine of contribution. Here the doctrine of contribution says about the right of mortgagee that has from the other mortgages. Okay, right of mortgagee from other mortgages. Okay, this is the right of contribution or doctrine of contribution. I hope you are clear with this example. Now let's see the landmark case. Landmark case of doctrine of contribution is Bohra Thakur Das versus Collector of Aligarh. Okay, as we discussed the rules, the mortgage property belongs to two or more persons. First the property is mortgaged and then the mortgaged with another property, and third marshalling superior contribution. Okay, it supersedes the contribution. Marshalling supersedes contribution. These are the rules for the contribution. I hope you all clear with the topic of doctrine of marshalling and doctrine of contribution. Okay, now let's see the difference between the doctrine of marshalling and the doctrine of contribution. And in doctrine of marshalling, it is available, means the doctrine of marshalling is available only for the lender of the mortgage, whereas in doctrine of contribution it is available to the one borrower against another borrower. Remember, in doctrine of contribution it is available to one borrower against another borrower, and in doctrine of marshalling it settles the right of subsequent lender of the mortgage. It means it settles the right of subsequent lender of the mortgage, whereas in doctrine of contribution it settles the right of borrower inter se. Okay, it settles the right of borrower inter se, whereas in the doctrine of marshalling, the doctrine of marshalling is based on the principle of rateable distribution, whereas the doctrine of contribution is based on the principle of equity. Okay, these are the differences between doctrine of marshalling and doctrine of contribution. I hope you all clear with the topic of doctrine of marshalling and doctrine of contribution. If you have any doubts, please leave it in the comment section. If you like the video, please do like, share, comment and subscribe to Lawputra YouTube channel. Thank you.